Now, ever since Roman times, coal has been mined in England, but no longer. The Bradley mine in County Durham in the northeast of England, the last in the country, well, it's closing down following pressure from environmental groups. But as Sky's Fraser Maud reports, the UK is forecast to continue to need millions of tonnes of coal every year, and more of that will now need to be imported.
The end of an era. From today, commercial coal mining in England is effectively over. The Bradley mine in County Durham has operated for almost 200 years, but now the open cast pit that produces 150,000 tonnes of coal a year will close.
The front pages of the newspapers, the Daily Mail's called it another fine mess, says the government has made what it calls another humiliating U-turn.
This is the Daily Mirror's take. This is no way to run a country, they say this morning. The paper describes Boris Johnson as blundering and describes the last few hours as another screeching U-turn. There's Gavin Williamson on the front page as well. He'll be here at 7:30 this morning, live on breakfast.
Williamson shifts blame onto the exam watchdog, is Daily Telegraph's take on the story. It says he faces call to resign after apologising to students, but it says he's blamed Ofqual. Quotes him saying he had been constantly reassured by senior officials at the regulator that the system was fair.
Sniffer dogs, right? What's a step up from sniffer dogs? This is on the inside page of the Times.
I don't know. Well. Cats?
No.
Don't know.
Any other?
Robots?
Locusts. Dogs, it says, may be traditionally these sniffing animal explosives, but when it comes to getting to those hard-to-reach spaces, the military are looking towards a smaller option. US Navy has invested over £500,000 into research to design a bomb-sniffing cyborg locust and turn the pest into a sophisticated weapon. Apparently, their antennae are so delicate and so sensitive, they can trace new odours within a few hundred milliseconds of it changing.
How do you train a locust?
That's a very good question. They have about 50,000 small sensors in their antenna. I'm aware I haven't yet answered your question.
Don't worry. I don't think
the signals from
the
the signals from their brains change as they get closer to the source. So you monitor their brains, and you can bear with me. Meaning the handlers would be able to identify from which direction the odour was coming. There you go, locust news.
Imagine that as a job. I'm a locust handler. This is a rather lovely idea. So some people buy autographs, don't they? Celebrities' autographs. This, though, apparently is thought to be the first example of its kind. It's marked on a 5,000-year-old clay tablet. It's been sold for £175,000. It's made in the ancient city of the Uruk in modern-day Iraq. I probably said that wrong, apologies. It's 3 inches square, appears to show how beer was produced in a temple, and it bears the name Kushima. I tell you what, it's a really lovely signature, isn't it?
Have you ever asked anybody for their signature? I'm not really an autograph collector.
It might have been George Clooney.
Oh when he was on here, was he on here?
It was ages ago.
Did you lose your sense of professionalism? That's George Clooney for an autograph. Love it.
I've still got it.
I've only got the only one I've got is Pele's. I interviewed Pele a few years ago.
George Clooney, Pele,
yeah.
you know.
And I got turned down by Glenn Hoddle once. I went.
That's embarrassing.
Because I found out. Me and my friend from school, we found out that Tottenham were flying on a pre-season trip from Gatwick Airport. So we went down to Gatwick Airport, and Glenn Hoddle was there, and we asked him for his autograph, and he said no, because he was in a rush. He didn't say no. Somebody who was next to him said, "Don't ask him. He's in a rush."
Pair of glasses down this morning, but there you go.
Oh, no,
I found another one.
Did he sit on them?
No, they just broke.
Backup glasses. Very impressive. A boy who suffered life-changing injuries when he was thrown from the balcony of the Tate Modern last year has been able to go home for the first time. The 6-year-old was visiting London from France with his family when he fell 100 feet. He now needs round-the-clock medical care. 18-year-old Jonty Bravery was convicted of attempted murder and was jailed back in June of this year. In the last few moments, we've heard about some job losses at Marks & Spencer. Nina has jogged into the studio and can give us the latest. Morning, Nina.
Yes, good morning. Not good news, I'm afraid. So Marks & Spencer, that high street stalwart we all know, has been looking at the impact of trading over COVID. Yes, online sales have done well, as you might imagine, but the bottom line is that 7,000 roles will go over the next 3 months. So quite quickly, 7,000 jobs to go over the next 3 months. They say there'll be departures in the Central Support Centre, regional management in UK stores, reflecting the fact that change has been felt throughout the business, they say. They hope that a significant proportion will be through voluntary redundancies and people taking early retirement. They say they want to treat their staff well, they always have, and they will begin an extensive programme of communication with colleagues. So essentially saying to their employees, would you like to take voluntary redundancy? Would you like to take retirement early? But yeah, because of COVID, basically 7,000 roles to go over the next 3 months. That is despite an increase in online sales. Not good news.